Welcome back to Taiwanica podcast. Have you ever noticed this? You send a message and they don't reply for 2 hours. And suddenly your mind becomes like Netflix. Season 1. Maybe they're busy. Season 2. Wait, did I say something weird? Season 3. They're losing interest in me. Season 10. I'm going to Thai alone. Nothing happened. No event. No evidence. Just thought. In Taiwan, they call this 想太多. 你想太多了啦. But let's be brutally honest. You're not thinking too much. You're thinking without direction. And that creates 内耗. Or, the internal friction and conflict that can happen. Not because of reality, but because you refused to choose how to respond. Let's make this painfully simple. Thinking is cheap. Making choices is expensive. Because the moment you choose, you kill 1,000 or more other possibilities out there. And for most people, they'd rather suffer than choose wrong. So they stay in the loop. Replay, analyze, predict again and again. But not because it helps. Instead, because it delays committing to something. You see this again and again with thinking about what is it that you wish to see happen for you in a very specific way. You want to know what you want. You also want to know where it's going to show up, exactly where, when it's going to happen, how it's going to show up, who is going to give it to you, and just keeps getting more and more detailed. But this is the thing. If you do that, then technically all the other possibilities that are out there, even if they are better for you, will not show up. They're there, but you're just not seeing them. See, the mind is not the problem. The mind is a powerful instrument. But if you do not hold it consciously, it does not think. It runs. Just like a machine left unattended. Let's just say, for example, you wanted to make a smoothie with pineapple. Okay, you put the pineapple into the blender, and then you press the on button. But then all of a sudden you have an urgent need to go do something else. You don't have enough time to turn off the blender, and you go running to do that, thinking you'll be back in time. And then, there's someone to talk to, so you have a conversation with them. You see a beautiful flower, so you go and smell it. You see a kid walking by, and you say hello to them. And then all of a sudden, right, I have a blender running. And you go running back, and your whole entire kitchen is a disaster because somehow the lid got off and there's pineapple juice everywhere. So that's what it's like in our mind if it's left unattended. It produces noise, it produces a mess, and you sit there believing every single word, every little mess that it makes. This is 内耗. Not life draining you, not life making it more difficult for you, but your own mind just doing things without you checking in. So let me show you how this plays out in real life. Your boss sends you a line message saying, "Can we talk tomorrow?" That's it. 4 words. Can we talk tomorrow? Now watch what happens internally in your mind. I might be in trouble. Did I screw something up? Am I getting fired? What did I do wrong? You haven't slept. You had 12 imaginary conversations with the beginning and the horrible end. And tomorrow, well, they just ask, hey, can you help on a new project? In the end, nothing was wrong, yet you suffered anyways. So here's the truth most people don't want to hear. You do not have a thinking problem. You have a non-choice habit where you have situations pop up, but you're not choosing, you're just letting them happen. And that's where your thoughts are, just thinking. And you never take authority over these thoughts. That's the thing that we need to be honest about here. So instead of doing this again, or when you see yourself doing it again, try this. By the way, we're not trying to stop thinking. That's impossible. But we can change it into a different direction. The idea of doing this is called I feel this, and then I choose this. Here are 3 examples for you. I feel anxious. I choose to respond calmly. I feel rejected. I choose to focus on what I can control. I feel uncertain. I choose to take one step anyways. So let's all listen carefully to this. This does not eliminate negative thoughts. That's not the goal. The goal is this: you stop being controlled by them. Negative thoughts are a common phenomenon in the human mind. They're going to happen. There are things that you don't like and things that you don't want. And you want to feel as comfortable and happy as possible. Everyone wants this. But we also want to improve and change. And when we do that, we're challenging the things that we like and want, because we're going through things that we don't want to get something better. So our thoughts are going to confuse us, saying, you said you don't want to feel pain in your body, but you are going to the gym where there's lots of machines that are designed to hurt your body. I don't understand. But you're saying what I really want is to get in better shape. So going through the pain to get to the thing that you want more than what you currently have is important, but the mind will not understand this entirely when you first start. We have to break the old habits. The moment you choose something, the loop is going to break. Not because the thoughts disappeared, but because you moved away and you decided to say, even though I hear these thoughts, I choose to love and accept myself anyways. Overthinking will not destroy your life, but indecision, not choosing, will. If you learn to hold on to one simple distinction, one choice in the way that you think, for example, this is what I feel, and this is what I choose, then slowly you are no longer a victim of your own mind. You become the one who decides. And once you decide what's going to happen next, life begins to move in ways that you cannot expect. I have a story that I'd like to share when this started happening for me. For a long time, I was living in the USA thinking about moving back to Taiwan after COVID. And there was a big decision because we just had a newborn baby and my mother recently passed away. And so it was a really complicated situation for me about leaving my family behind so that I could come back to living in Taiwan and enjoying the lifestyle that I have here. There's a lot of things to consider, like selling our car, moving out of our house, taxes, jobs, lots of things. And so there was a lot of time, in fact, months, even a year, where I too was stuck in not choosing. And then I came to me to understand this practice and started to do it with little things first, like what's one thing that I would like to choose in my life in Taiwan compared to my life in USA, and it came out to being easy to see that the comparison was big. And that comparison was Taiwan had a lot more benefits for my family and I than the USA. So slowly, with the thinking and choosing activities of, first of all, finding someone to buy my car. Second, figuring out how taxes work between USA and Taiwan. And third, and most important, how is my family going to be able to adjust easily when we move back? And that was how life began to move. Things started to happen slowly, and it was uncomfortable each time because I was doing something I had no idea how it was going to end up. But because I kept on taking those actions one after another, here I am in Taiwan after my choice of making it happen. It was not easy, but was it worth it? Definitely. So, you are not your thoughts. You are the one who chooses beyond them. If this was a powerful message to you today, where you're thinking about choosing something but stuck in the thoughts of what could happen, just remind yourself that you're not alone. And this is something that we all need to do in order to keep on growing and experiencing life. The one thing that you could do today, what's one step that you choose towards the direction that you wish to achieve? Think about it. There's something out there that you could do today to choose to improve your life. Take that one step today. It will feel uncomfortable and you will hear some negative thoughts. But remember, that's because you are doing something beyond what you thought was good in order to become better. We take this a step further. If you want to improve yourself with your improvements with not just listening about ideas like this, but also taking action and choosing what you want to do, we have courses online that we provide, about 500 different courses with 400 different videos, and the possibility of you being able to join our group coaching that happens once a month on our line group called Deep Think. We would love to have you join us. If you're interested in these kind of details, check out the links in the description below. So until next time, keep choosing. Thank you so much for listening to today's podcast. If you really enjoyed it, then if you can be one of the very few people who can give us a 5-star review and even tell us about what you liked about the podcast, that would be great if you could do that in the place where you're listening. 谢谢大家。如果你真的很喜欢今天的 podcast 的话，请你们给我们5颗星，这个会让更多人越来越了解Taiwanica要给什么的资料，让他们的生活越来越顺利。感谢。